calling the house phone. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. So today I wanted to do my May favorites, so a May edit of all the things that I was loving last month, and have quite a few things here, not a lot, but I want to kind of like put it into category, everything from beauty, hair, clothes, entertainment, and then yeah, so on and so forth. So if you are interested in seeing my May edit favorites, stay tuned. Okay, so let's start with hair. So as you can see, I colored my hair the last couple of videos that I had. My hair was black. So I do not color my hair back to back. I let my hair breathe. So I do cut my own hair and I color my own hair. So once my hair start growing out, I'll just shave it, and then it usually is just black. It might have like a little bit of blonde, and then I'll just let it go for like a couple of weeks because I do not want mine. I still want my hair to be healthy, even though it is, I'm bald, but I still want to be healthy. So wait, it's closed. Okay, so I used this Clairol BW2 Plus bleach. Baby, when I tell you, if you want your hair platinum, now I dyed my hair with this, but I did put a toner over top of it, so that's why it's like this ashy blonde. I'm not going to mention the toner in this video because I want to test it out again, because I said this in another video, but I had got an allergic reaction to something else, and I did use that toner. I used it this time. It was okay, but I did noticing some tingling or itching in my hair, so I did use like the steroid shampoo that my doctor prescribed to me. So I'm not sure if that was just like a coincidence or maybe I needed to deep condition my hair. I don't know what that was about, so I want to test that out again. But this will get your hair platinum blonde with one, at least it did with my hair. I did one dye of this. My hair was white, and I went outside with it and people were complimenting me, and I think I might, the next time I dye my hair, I'm just gonna dye it like this and then shave it and see if I like it. So I do want to try that. But this, I set this in my hair for an hour, and the next product that I'm going to talk about is it did not burn my hair, because that product that I put in here, and it was just like a great transition. My hair was white. There was no yellow. It was pretty much white. And my hair was black before that. So this will get your hair very white, as white as it can be. And like I said, I didn't really see yellow. Like, you know how when you dye your hair, you'll have that yellow kind of like streak. Like, it just looked like, it looked a mess. That didn't do that with this. Like, it looked nice. And I was getting compliments. So I highly recommend if you want to try this. Of course, like, test out stuff. Like, I think they have the little packets. You can test it out. I just use, like, literally, you see how bald I am. I use two... it comes with, I don't want to open it, actually I'll open it. It comes with this, and I just do 2 cups of this because I don't really have hair. And then I eyeball, you have to use 20 volume developer with this. Typically when I dye my hair with BW2, the regular, I would use a 30 volume developer. So that is something to notice because it is going to strip your hair a lot and you don't want to use a higher developer. Now, I use this. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'll just read it. This is the Color Brilliance, the Ion Color Brilliance Sensitive Scalp Protector. I put this in, and I have used this quite a few times, even last month. this works. Like, if you have a sensitive scalp, I don't know, like, I used to dye my hair all the time in college. I don't know what's going on, but like my scalp is very sensitive and I have to put something in the dye. Before I was using Sweet and Low. I was using Sweet and Low packets, but then when I went to Sally's, the lady was telling me, she's like, oh, we have these, and they were like $1. It's like $1 something. And I bought like a couple of them. This is my last one, so I will be going back to Sally's to get some more. But you just put the entire, and I put this in my toner too. I put the entire thing inside of your dye solution, stir it up, and when I tell you, my hair does not burn. Usually when I dye my hair, it would start burning very quickly. And it's so crazy because when I used to relax my hair, I never, like, my hair takes very well to dyes and perms. I don't know if they're putting different stuff in these products, but I have to use this. So I highly recommend trying this if you have a sensitive scalp. When you dye your hair and your hair starts burning really quickly, because it does affect the way the process of the dye, you know, coating your entire scalp. So that is that. Moving on to makeup. So I have like my little drip bag here because I have other stuff inside of my little makeup bag that I don't want to take out. So let's start with blush. This is a 2-part combination that I have been using. So this is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. It's in the color Happy. I freaking love this. Now, by itself, it's very pretty. It is very pigmented. Like, you literally only need like a dot. I do like 2 light dots, and then I like work it in, going up, and then I will set it with this Bobbi Brown blush, and this is in the color Apricot. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Anyway, I'll just tell you, it's Apricot. Number 6 Apricot. These two together look so pretty. It looks so pretty. I do want to try some more of these, but when I go, they don't never have like, I think it's like blush. It's another one that's like a darker plummy blush color. I want to try that. But these two I wear together. I love it. I've been wearing that this month. Let's do lip combo. Okay. So I've been liking to do, usually I'm a red lip girl, but I've been doing like a lot of nudes. These are the two. So this is the main lip liner that I use, the Buxom Power Line in Creamy Chocolate. So it has, you can see here, this is the thin line. I love the way how thin it is. And it's very creamy. And then it has the brush. I actually never used the brush, but that's cool that it has that. But I freaking love this. It is just a nice chocolate color, but if I wanna get deep with it, this, okay, you can see this is barely there. This is my Giorgio Armani eyeliner. This crap is, this is old too. This is not cheap. I think this was like, I don't remember how much it is, but it's not cheap. I need to re-up, but this lasted me a long time. And similar to that one, it has like a smudge brush. I don't know if you can see here. That's a sponge where you can like smudge it if you want to. But this is the liner. You see there? The color, dang, what's the color? It's number 12. So that's the color, number 12. Giorgio Armani liner, eyeliner. But I use it on my lips sometimes. Like when I want a darker liner, I use this on my lips. Then if I want to wear a lipstick, I would do one of the two. So sometimes I'll do this. This is Morphe's lipstick. It's a matte lip in honey. this is what it looks like. And you can see like I have the liner on there. I don't know if this is coming up, but yeah, this is Honey. I love this. Then I have my Fashion Fair lipstick, and this is Nuditude. I think that's what it's called. And this is kind of like a mauve nude that I'll do with that. I'll either do one or the other. And then I like to put a gloss. So usually when I do this, the Nuditude, I will use the Fenty Fussy, which you can see here. Here, it smells so good. I like to use that. And with this Morphe, I like to do this. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is old too. It's in clear. So I like to do this. And it's just, yo, I need to see if they have more of these. Because like, you can see my lip color on here. But this gloss, look, I'll put it on there. The gloss is just so, it's so slick. It's not sticky. I hate a sticky gloss. And I like Fenty too because it's not like sticky. But you see how like it's a nice little gloss even without lip liner or anything. But I love this. But I do this with this or this liner. Usually like this. Or sometimes I'll just do this and it looks cute. Okay, 2 more products for beauty. Okay. Shout out to my homegirl Jeanette, aka Bonnie. A while ago she told me you should try this foundation. Now, I typically, because I'm not that girl that knows how to match her foundation well. Like every time I try to match my foundation, I'll ask the person in support. I'm like, am I close? They're like, you're a little close. Go this way. And it's like, it's always off. So I just get other people to do the foundation part. We weren't even in the same place. We were like, I think we were talking on the phone or messaging. And she said, you should get the Maybelline Fit Me Matte in Coffee Caramel. She told me exactly, I think she said it was $330. She just said $330. Girl, I got this. This is my favorite foundation. Like I have all of the high end, all of them. I got NARS. I got Giorgio Armani. I have Fenty. I like Fenty. I like to mix the Giorgio Armani and the Fenty together. But this is the thing. This is my color even when I have a tan. Like right now I have a bit of a tan because you can kind of see. I went to the beach. No, I didn't go to the beach. I went freaking hiking and I got a real tan on my face. But like as you can see, like my chest, like I don't know if you can see like the difference. It's like I got a tan. Even with a tan, this is my color. So this is a matte. I like matte foundations because I have oily skin. Even in LA, the air is very dry. I still have a bit of oil seeking out, so I do like to use matte foundations, and this is like perfect. I still have a bit of oil peeking through, but it's matte enough where at the end of the day I'm not gonna be looking like the Thriller video. I'm still gonna look put together, okay? And then helping me to stay put together is my Beauty Bakery parchment paper. These blot sheets. I love these blot sheets. I actually need to get some more because I don't want to run out of these. Yeah. I didn't bring it either, but like I love those little wedge sponges from like any beauty store like CVS or like any department store. I like those. I don't like using a brush or a beauty blender. I like to use those wedge white sponges. So that's another thing that I use with this. Like that is my try and true. And this, I keep this in my purse and it is like, it keeps me good. So that wraps up the beauty. And then like let's do fragrances. So So for fragrances, this, you can see here, I had got this as a sample for like a Sephora order I did a while ago, and I was living with this. This is Chloe. It's the peach one. I don't know what the name of it, because it just say Eau de Toilette on here, but it doesn't say like the name. Oh, Rose Tangerine, duh. So it's the Rose Tangerine one. As you can see, I have been using this, and once I use this, what's calling the house phone? uh, let's wait for that to stop. Okay, so as you can see, I have been using this. You can see there. I freaking love this Tangerine Rose. I highly recommend it. I even told my mom, I was like, Mom, I got this sample. It smells really good. She went to her department store and she was like, that smells so good. I was like, yes, I know. Like, Chloe, come through. Come through, Chloe. So I highly recommend try it. If you like a clean, fresh scent, but it has the essence of like florals, highly recommend. Let's do clothes. So I went to movies a few times, and in the beginning of May, it was like kind of still cold. So I was wearing this sweater. If y'all notice, like when I did a thrift video a while ago, I got this sweater from Buffalo Exchange. So this is the sweater I got, but I added my Vivienne Westwood pin on it. And when I tell you, like, this is such a cute combo. I've been wearing this like in the beginning of May. I've been wearing it to the movies, like anywhere I was going and I needed to throw on something that was heavier than like a light denim jacket, but lighter than a coat. Like, this was my go-to. And even like today, like if I would go out, I would wear this because it's kind of like chilly outside today. So yeah, I freaking love this. Again, like I thrifted this. Remember, it was like $16 from Buffalo Exchange, and then just added this on there, added my pin on there, and it just like I get so many compliments on my sweater. The next thing up is my freaking Cortez, and I wear these with that sweater as well. Like, I freaking love, they're a little dirty, kind of, sort of, I don't know, but these are my Nike Cortez sneakers. I freaking love these. I love them, I love them, I love them. So cute. I wear these with like dress them. Like, let's see how like I had that sweater, wear it with some leggings, some Nike socks, and like a button-up shirt or t-shirt, crop top. Like, it just always looks cute. So I've been running them down. That's probably why they're a little dirty. Next up is my Coat Gaia earrings. I actually wore these to a play that I went to go see, and I got so many compliments. These are the Sloan earrings by Coat Gaia. Now, they look heavy. They do have weight to them, but I don't know if it's I don't know. They work for me. They don't irritate me. But these are a showstopper, okay? A showstopper. And I'm gonna see if I can. So I took a picture when I was on the elevator, but I don't know if you can really see the earrings. But when I went to go see Furloughs Paradise, I wore these. So super, super cute. Now, let's do entertainment. So, for, like I told y'all, I just uploaded a video with podcasts. I love to listen to my podcast with my Marshall Monitor 2 headphones. These are great headphones. Great headphones. I've had this for a few years now, and they're over the ear headphones. Air cancellation. I said air. Noise cancellation headphones. So good. They even come with an app, so you can like change like the treble or like the bass. You can like alter it. Let me see if I can find it. It's off now, but if I turn it on, which I'm not going to do, you can like alter it. But this is how it usually looks on the app. Let me see. So like this is how it looks right there. But yeah, I freaking love these. I highly recommend. Like, I know people like Beats, and I was this close. I'm not somebody that's into that family. You know who I'm talking about, that one family. But the one girl from that family, she did a collaboration with Beats, and she did like these mauve headphones. They were so cute. But I already had these, and I'm so glad I did, because I probably would have invested in them and they went on sale, but because I already had these, I was like, I'm not supporting. Like, I don't rock with that family. So, but yeah, and look how they fold up. So cute, and they're so chic. I love them. Okay, so let's talk about entertainment. So I did a video about podcasts. The 1619 Project has a podcast. I highly recommend checking it out. I just discovered this podcast this month, well, in May. That podcast blew me away, and it's so good. It's done in documentary style, where it's not just Nicole Hannah Jones talking, it's other people doing interviews and talking about just like how 1619 affects everything in America, to this day, from healthcare to music and entertainment to our farmers, our black farmers, the just like democracy in a whole, immigration, civil rights. Like it's just a very informative podcast that I highly recommend checking it out. Okay, so Furloughs Paradise, I mentioned it in my other video, but they're no longer showcasing it right now in LA. I don't know if they're traveling, but when I tell you that play was so good, like, it really showed me how you can take a story and interpret it with symbolism, surrealism, and still get it. Like, instead of beating somebody over the head with like trauma, you can do it in a visual way. Or like grief, you can do it visually, of telling a story through sound or motion versus just having a dialogue. That's what I mean. And it was done in such a beautiful way. So I highly recommend, if you ever get a chance, if they ever put Furloughs Paradise in your city, like, please check it out. It's such a good play. And Terrell, the writer who wrote, he basically wrote, what is it? He wrote the original for Moonlight, which was Black Boys Are Blue in the Moonlight. I think that's the title. And then of course Barry Jenkins. Also, it was an adaptation of that. He is curating the Geffen Playhouse lineup, and like, I'm looking forward to like viewing more of the lineup, because Furlough Paradise was one of those plays and I really loved it. So we're gonna see, there's a few other plays that's coming out in the fall that I really want to check out. Okay, of course, one film that I saw this month or in May was Sinners. I went to go see it twice. I wanted to see it again, but I'm just gonna buy it when it comes out, because at this point I want to watch it in the house. Like, at this point, and it's still in theaters, which I was like, they took it out of IMAX. That's why I was like, I saw it both times in IMAX, so that's why I was like, I don't want to go again, because I would rather see it in IMAX. But Sinners, check it out. There's so many reviews and breakdowns of the film. I'm not gonna do one, but I did like a little notion of what I really loved about the film and just like the messaging that I received in my other video. So check that out, please. Okay, so two shows that I watched in May was first Government Cheese. Government Cheese is a Apple streaming series, and it stars David Oyelowo and oh my god, what's her name? Mystic. Simone Mystic. I love her too. I first saw her on, my introduction to her was on Luke Cage, and she played, I think, Misty Knight. And then just like a few other people. Joaquin Woodbine is in it. There's some good like actors in this series, and I really like it because it does play with surrealism, similar to how I was telling you how Furloughs Paradise played with a little bit of surrealism and visuals. Government Cheese does the same thing, which I really like. Is a little quirky and different, but it has like those themes of like lessons of integrity and just like life lessons and which way should I go in life. Do I go left? Do I go right? And just those things that we all face in life where we're trying to make a decision or we're trying to go on a better path and we need some guidance. It's such a good show. I like it. I really enjoy it. So check out Government Cheese on Apple streaming. The next one, this actually, I think this came out a while ago, but I don't really watch a lot of TV because like I'm kind of busy. But Clean Slate, starring Laverne Cox and George Wallace. When I tell you, I saw the trailer for this. I was like, oh, this looks cute. But I actually watched it. It was like I was blown away about how funny the show was, but it also tackled like the dynamic of a father and the father's trans daughter coming out to the father, and it's just like it just tackling that and then the other characters, and like it was done in a way that it wasn't stereotypical. I just really enjoyed it. I was like, this was a good show, and I think this was Norman Lear's last show before he passed away that he worked on and he produced. And it was actually a really good show. Like, I liked the messaging in it. All of the characters, it just was a light-hearted comedy that tackled, like, topics that, like, that's going on in our society today that people are losing their mind over. And it's just, like, it was just done in such a good way where I was just like, oh, I hope people really watch this to kind of get an idea of, like, all of this negativity is not necessary, y'all. Like, just like chill out. Everybody chill out. Just chill out. But I highly recommend checking out Clean Slate. It was so good. George Wallace, oh my god. George Wallace is so funny. I knew it was funny, but I was just like, he just reminds you of like your dad or your grandpa that's like, he kind of stuck in his ways, but he's trying to figure it out. But he also is he's a sweetheart. Like, he means well, and his intentions is not bad. Like, love it. Okay, last thing is, I know I did in one of my videos like books that I'm gonna read, but this book came out like 2 weeks after I did that, and I went ahead and I have to talk about this. I started to read a little bit of it. This is a book by one of I consider her my mentor. We had like a brief session together, but Alana Bennett, she has put out her debut novel, and it is The Education of Kia Greer. I am so happy for Alana. Like, I'm so happy for her. This is like very inspiring that she is transitioning from a TV writer to a novelist. Like, girl. So yeah, so this is, as you can see, like, by this beautiful cover. It's a romance novel, but it focuses on a family that are reality stars, and we follow one of the sisters was Kia Greer, and like we're following her journey. So I started to check this out, and I will be reading this, and hopefully I'll try to do like a review on it as well. Please support Alana Bennett. She is a Black author debuting her first novel. Like, I'm so happy for her. So yeah, The Education of Kia Greer. Check it out. I purchased mine from Barnes and Nobles, but I'm sure you can find it in any of your local bookstores. But that concludes this video. These were my May favorites. All of the edits that I kind of was like grasping to a lot, and yeah, that I highly recommend checking out these series, checking out these products, and yeah. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you to the new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, and my tried and true subscribers. I'm trying to like really see what I can do with this channel, and like, of course, like just showing you things that I like, I enjoy, and then we can like delve deeper into things of like seeing where the channel can go. Yeah, so that's like what I'm doing. I'm just putting stuff out there. I'm actually taking a class, a free class, which I'm going to do a video on. And I want to do a video, like I'm going to do a video on that, talking about that, to recommend it because I'm liking it so far. And it's a free education. What? At an Ivy League school? Like, what? Like, yeah. So I'll talk about that in one of my next videos, hopefully soon. But yeah, that concludes the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.